How's it going, guys? 13 Prevail here. Back at the Bushcraft camp, back on the rock. And let me tell you, it feels good to be home. So just gonna get my tarp set up here. I got a little bit of snow, but not too much, a couple inches of snow maybe. So gonna collect some firewood. I'm gonna get the tarp set up. And we're gonna cook a steak. Coffee first, then food. Gotta have the coffee. Oh, yes. Gonna get the steak on now, moose steak. She might still be flaming a little too much there. Potatoes. Let my steak cook there. My potatoes, onion. And we'll grab a bite to eat. Enjoy my coffee. Enjoy my surroundings being back in Newfoundland. We just had to hunker down here. We had a huge storm come through the past couple of days. Power outages and stuff, and lots of wind. But I was worried about my cabin there, but up on the hill, I mean severe wind. Like I can only imagine how it must have felt up on the hill where my cabin is. But everything's okay now. The storm's passed. We have some more weather coming tonight, actually, some snow and stuff. But the windstorm is gone, so everything's good. So I was tagged a couple days ago by Shawn James in the Show Us Your Steak challenge, and the challenge was started maybe a month ago or a little more by a guy. His channel is Haze Outdoors, and it is a challenge to you have to tag somebody. You have to go out, make a steak, cook a steak. However, you don't really have to go out and do it. You could do it in your home. Make a video and spread awareness about men's mental health. What happens is with men, obviously, any mental health, any person with mental health issues, it's an important issue. Whether it's women, men, children, whatever. But the thing with men is they tend to bottle things up more than a woman would, or a child. And what happens is they bottle it up for so long. They keep things to themselves. They don't want to bother anybody because, you know, they're the man of the house or whatever. That kind of attitude. And eventually, sometimes a good chance it leads to suicide and or things like that. So the idea behind the challenge is to speak about men's mental health, you know, eliminate the stigma that it's you know, big tough men, whatever, they shouldn't talk about this, and they should, you know, they shouldn't have these problems. But the truth is, a lot of men do. Get out of here. Gray Jays want to take my food right off the grill. Anyway, I, for one, have had depression. Growing up, I was depressed all the time. I was, in my teenage years, I was pretty... Get out of here! In my teenage years, I was really depressed and actually suicidal as well. But I think that had to do with my drinking and stuff. I used to drink a lot, but nowadays I'm sober. I still have anxiety and stuff, to the point where, you know, I've turned down collaborations with people and stuff like that. And you know, I don't like going to parties and things like that. I don't like being around a lot of people at one time. I think I probably had anxiety all my life. I just didn't realize it because in my younger days I used to drink a lot, and looking back now, I'm thinking I used to drink a lot because it's like liquid courage, you know what I mean? It's you drink and then you have more nerve to go out and do things and go to parties and be out around and do silly things and you know, challenge the biggest guy in the bar to a fight for no reason and things like that. So I think, yeah, I probably had anxiety all my life, and now I deal with it. I don't take medication. Not saying that there's anything wrong with medication, but I prefer to try to deal with it with breathing techniques and stuff like that, and I try to avoid situations that will give me anxiety attacks. But I was actually watching Doug Outside. I was watching his show us your steak challenge video, and he was explaining about this one time about 20 years ago when he thought he was having a heart attack or whatever. And about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I was laying in bed and I woke the wife up. I had to wake her up. My chest was tight. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get a breath in. Couldn't take a deep breath. I was getting pain in my arm. All this stuff, and I was and the more it continued, the more I was you know, getting worried. And I'm not someone who will go to the hospital for anything. Like, I'll try to avoid the hospital at all means. But that night I had to get the wife to take me to the hospital. I thought I was actually dying. I thought I was having a heart attack. So I went to the hospital and they hooked me up to machines, wires and stuff, just like Doug was explaining happened to him. And yeah, it turned out to be nothing. So it was just a panic attack, severe panic attack. But I thought I was literally dying. I thought I was having a heart attack at like 35 or 34, whatever I was at the time. And yeah, so it can be serious. It can mess with you quite a bit. But there is places and people you can talk to, and obviously you can go and talk to a doctor and get medication. And with me now, I just say I don't want to do that. I have anxiety. I'm not going to be comfortable doing that. Instead of trying to hide it, I'm more open, and it actually lifts a weight off you. It makes you feel better. I know I was asked to do like a live chat thing with a bunch of YouTubers. I had to turn it down. I pretty much said I'd be no good for that. Like, I have anxiety and I just would not be any good for that. But I may try it someday when I feel more comfortable. But as of right now, like, I'm just not into that kind of thing because I don't like being put on the spot and stuff. I think that's why I like YouTube so much, because it's just me and a camera. It's not like a cameraman and a sound guy, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's just me and a camera. I can look at everything on the computer before I make a video and upload it with what I'm comfortable uploading. So I think that's part of the reason I enjoy YouTube so much, is because you know, it's easier to just talk to lots of people without actually being there with them. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but if you've never had anxiety or anything like that, it's got to be hard to understand for people. But if anybody ever talks to you, or you should encourage people to talk to you. You should encourage them. If there's anything you want to talk about, come talk to me. That's what you should say to your friends. You know, if you're a construction worker, I'm in construction trade. It's kind of hard to talk about this kind of thing in the construction trade, trust me. But I know, like, there's some of my friends at work that know I have anxiety and stuff, and you know, I'm really nervous to do certain things and stuff at work. And you take my steak, you're gonna be in trouble. But yeah, so I mean, like, if there's anybody out there, if they don't want to talk to anyone else, and they don't want to, you know, feel free to message me. You could get me on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, anybody at all. It doesn't matter if you're having a bad day or whatever. You know what? Message me, man. I'll be there and I'll have a chat. No problem whatsoever. And there's lots of places, man. There's lots of places people can go to have a chat. There's lots of online forums and stuff, things like that. I'll leave a link or two to some places that you could call, but mostly you have to, your family has to be aware of whatever you have, if you have depression or anxiety, anything like that. And yeah, you have to have support around you. I know it's hard, but once people understand, then it will get easier. I want to tag a couple more guys, a couple of Newfoundlanders actually, friends of mine, YouTube friends of mine. I want to tag Kyle Noseworthy, who was I think his channel used to be Weeder Fan. I think he changed it to his actual name now, Kyle Noseworthy. So I'm going to tag Kyle, and I'm going to tag another Newfoundlander, the NL Explorer, Justin Barber. And yeah, he's another outdoorsman. He just paddled his canoe for like 90 days or whatever across Labrador and into Quebec, and yeah, he's pretty crazy outdoorsman. But I'd like to tag him as well. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link to their social media, their YouTube channels and stuff in the description, and I want you guys to go and let them know that I tagged them. Go give them a sub, wait for their video. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to Shawn's channel, the guy who tagged me. If you don't know who Shawn James is by now, you must live under a rock or something. But he's the owner of My Self-Reliance channel as well. He's got 2 channels, so I'll leave a link to both of them. And I'll leave a link to Haze Outdoors, the original video, the guy who made this whole challenge. It's a great idea. I think it's an awesome idea. Guys need to talk about, I know it might sound lame to some people, but guys need to talk about their feelings more. They need to get stuff off their chest instead of keeping it all locked up and until it builds up and builds up and builds up, and then you end up, who knows, you know what I mean, in the hospital or suicidal or whatever. We don't want it to get to that point. We want to make it okay to talk. So that's the whole point of the whole challenge. All these videos, show us your stake. That's what it's all about, and hopefully it helps some people out, right? That's the whole point. So anyway, I don't know if my steak is might be overcooked actually. See, the flames are dying down. Potatoes down here. I pre-baked my potatoes. That's definitely no, not quite. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, she's done. Good old moose steak, can't beat it. So guys, I'm gonna finish up my steak, have another cup of coffee, but I just wanted to say I'll leave a link also to an older video I did where I talked a little more about my depression and stuff, and where I got my YouTube channel name 13 Prevail. It has a lot to do with my depression and stuff from my teenage years. But yeah, I hope you guys like the video. I hope you feel it's a good message. I had some other videos lined up to get out this weekend, but once I got tagged in this video, I knew this video had to be priority because of its message. So anyway, I hope you like the video. Feel free to share it with your friends. Like my Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget to go to the description and check out the other guys' channels as well. And you know, let's get a whole movement going here where it's okay to talk if you have to talk. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.